Hey everybody, once again, this is Dash here with another ARC official informational gift. I am joined once again by Shai. He's going to be my guinea pig. This one is highlighting the different aspects of the Skiff, basic controls, little tips and tricks that I have found, and I hope everybody else can find useful. So, we're going to start off with the chairs. The reason why you want at least one chair or a bench on your Skiff, because if you have a tribe member and you run into something, they can get scraped off. If I can actually get it to the right height. There we go. He can get scraped off and moved, and it's not good, because then he just falls and, well, turns into Jesus and walks on air. So when you put him on the chair, since the chair is attached to the Skiff, the person then becomes attached to the Skiff, and now he doesn't get pushed off or anything if you run him into a wall or, say, a tree outside or anything. So it's advised, you can even put like the bench back here where you stand, so that way it's not up here in your main field of view or anything. Okay, go ahead and toss your Magmasaur out. And then join me outside. So basic controls. I'm gonna have to come out here. Do you want to go grab a Reaper set where you can kill those while I go over the basic controls for the Skiff? So the basic controls for the Skiff is D moves you right, A moves you left, S moves you backwards, W moves you forward, spacebar causes you to go up, C causes you to go down, and X causes you to land. If you're up above, like if you're right here, just hovering right off the ground, shift doesn't really do anything for you. However, if you're up a little bit higher, shift causes you to turn fast. And the Skiff will always look wherever you point your camera, unless of course you get a weird random glitch and then you land, dismount, remount, and then take off and you're good to go again. It's very rare that it happens. So the other thing that I'd like to point out is the different fuel types that you have for the Skiff. You've got basic element, you've got element ore, you've got element shards, and you've got element dust. The element will always be in this right one. This will tell you exactly how many units of element you have. And then obviously you have your fuel tank, so on and so forth. The alternate fuel that you have will be displayed down here. The alternate fuels are the shards, the dust, and the ore. It's wise to keep at least a few stacks, or a few dust, a few shards, and a few element ore. You could put a little storage box on your Skiff, because if your Skiff gets stuck to where it just won't take off anymore and you can't do anything to it, just put all the different types of fuel in there, and then hopefully that will fix your Skiff. I've actually had to abandon a Skiff and come back to it a day later, and it was working fine then. It's just they're still new to the game. They're still a little bit buggy, which is ARC, unfortunately. So moving on, we've got so basic pickup. There's currently a glitch. Hopefully it does it. Nope, it didn't do it because you dismounted. Go back inside, pod up, unpod, and then run back out here. There's currently a glitch that if you're inside of a base and you immediately get on your Magmasaur and then you run out, the person attempts to pick you up on their Skiff. It will cause the Magmasaur to teleport back inside, which you will see here in a few moments. We actually know how to replicate this because we have figured out the workaround, which I will show you after I demonstrate the glitch itself. So we've got Shai, he just ran out of the base. I click it, he gets teleported right back in. This will happen every single time until you do the workaround that we have found. So the workaround that we have found is as soon as the person runs out of the base, the player dismounts, the person on the skiff picks the dinosaur up, drops them, and then the person riding the Magmasaur gets back in, and then it's fine. You destroy that tree. It's causing problems. Oh, you killed a bunch of Magmasaurs. Or a bunch of nameless. Here, I need to go up. Okay, so we've got the basic pickup functions. If you tap right click, you will enter what I am in right now. And if you can see in the very center, it's basically like a predator triangle. If that turns green, you're locked onto something, be it the dinosaur or your tribe member. It's very touchy trying to get, like, right there, I'm locked on Shy himself and not the Magmasaur. So you need to make sure you're actually locked onto the Magmasaur so that way you pick it up. Once you've got this, you just tap your right click. And right now, the Magmasaur is in a fixed position. It will always be exactly that far and at that angle away from the skiff until you run them into anything, whether it's a base, a map structure, a tree, anything that will cause them to move. So you've got this right here is the blue shimmer. You can see the blue shimmering around the Magmasaur. To get them to come all the way to the skiff, you hold down your right click, and you will notice that it puts a yellow shimmer around the Magmasaur. And as soon as you pull them all the way in, you will no longer have your viewpoint below the skiff, but it'll be above the skiff. So right now, I can travel at normal speeds without any issues. However, if I've got him locked out here, well, I guess it is allowing me to move it faster. Normally it doesn't. Here, I'm going to do this. Oh. Okay, now, yeah, there we go. See, now I've got the normal, you can't move very fast. So you want to draw them in, once again, by holding right click, and that'll put the yellow shimmer around them. Okay, so you've got the blue one, which is they're stationary. You've got the yellow, which is they're being drawn in, and then you've got the other one, which you probably saw a little bit about right before. It's the green beam. So if you've got them drawn all the way in, or you've got them out, you just tap your right click. And now, as you can see, the Magmasaur has a green shimmer. Now you're in remote mode for the Magmasaur. The basic controls that you have for the skiff now apply to the Magmasaur. You got C, which causes it to go down, space up, A left, D right, W forward, S backwards. And if at any point you ever need to drop the Magmasaur, simply left click. If you don't ever want to drop the Magmasaur, do not left click. I would also like to draw the attention to, on the bottom of the screen behind where it says fuel tank and hovering, you can see a blue triangle. If I were to left click right now, that is where the Magmasaur would fall to. So if I move forward and then I press left click, the triangle was way in front of me. That's where the Magmasaur went. And be careful when you're dropping dinosaurs, because if it is ridden, it will take fall damage. So once again, I'm locked on. I tap right click, I'm locked on. I hold right click, it turns yellow. I'm drawing them in until I get to this point. Now, a lot of people use the Magmasaur and the Skiff for metal farming on Aberration, which is what we have going on here. What a lot of people don't realize is there is an optimal height for holding the Magmasaur. Bottom left here, it says hover height. Right now we're at 17.8 meters. What you want to do is you want to get that between 11 and 15 meters. that is the optimal height for the Magmasaur to be able to hit anything on the ground, be it metal, stone, or trees. So, because right now he's not able to hit these metal nodes beneath me. If I go down, now I'm at 12 meters. He's able to hit every single node that's down here. So this only works for the Magmasaur. This is not for the Anki, it's not for the Bronto, it's not for any other dino. This is specifically the height for the Magmasaur. Between 11 and 15 meters on your hover height. So that way, you don't have to sit here and enter this and then maneuver them around. Although this is an option, you can do this. If you find this way easier, you can do this. However, we're on a server save, so he can't do anything. There we go. I prefer the between 11 and 15 meters because then I can just drive the Skiff around as fast as I want. I don't ever have to worry about pulling him in or pushing him out or making sure he's right near the node. It's just the Magmasaur is going to be hitting beneath the Skiff and he's able to get every single node without fail. So the other problem is now that we've farmed up all of the metal, we have all the metal, the Skiff is at weight cap, and you come back to a point like this to where you need to get your Magmasaur back inside. Most of the time, you'll get close enough, then you'll activate your remote mode, and then you'll use this to cause your Magmasaur to go forward, backwards, up, down, whatnot. What we have found works best for us is Shy, or whoever's riding the Magmasaur, dismounts and walks a little bit forward to where they're really close to the head. So that way, when you move forward, they cause the door to open. See? I wasn't up high enough. Open the door. Hang on. Yeah. So, I need to go up a little bit more. And then he's dismounted. I enter remote mode. And I just push it in. As soon as the door closes, it breaks the target beam. And since nobody's riding the Magmasaur, as you saw from my other video, the no fall damage, the Magmasaur takes no damage. So that is an option you can use unless, of course, you find something that, once again, works better for you. And going back to the whole if your Skiff is stuck thing. Say you cannot get it to drive, or you get too close to the Aberration Cave on Valguero. What you can do is you can come up to it, whichever way you're looking, you hold E, and then you have this option right here, nudge. That'll push the Skiff in that direction. And it goes in the direction that you are facing, which is really helpful if you're trying to get it out of an area like the Aberration entrance at Valguero. The other thing is if you're carrying a dino, it doesn't matter what dino it is, and you get too close to a teleport pad, you will cause your Skiff to drop as well, or not the Skiff, it'll cause whatever dino it is you're carrying to drop as well. Because while the teleport pad itself is thin, its hitbox is bigger than it actually is. So you need to be careful when you're near teleporters. I would always suggest starting up really high and then dropping straight down onto it, rather than coming in from the side like we did trying to get into the door there. The other option that they have that a lot of people don't realize is they actually have headlights. So if you're on Aberration and it's really dark, you can hit N. N activates your headlights, and you can light up anything in front of you. This also works for the flashlights attached to the rifles and the shotguns, and turns it on and off. Most of the time, I don't use it because, well, I'm on PvE, I can just gamma up. But yeah, so those are the basic controls for the Skiff, a few little tips and tricks that we have figured out, and the workarounds that we have used. I hope everybody got exactly what they needed from this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that way you can be notified of when I drop down new videos. You don't have to, it just makes it easier for you so that way you don't have to search for my channel again or wait for me to post the video. You will actually notice when I get the new one. Hope everybody has a good night, and keep on surviving.